So it was time to hit the road again, away from Germany, away from Frankfurt, and now onwards to Antwerp. The weather, again as you can see, was beautiful, and we just had a very nice ride along the 3 countries that we went along our way. After Germany, we went into the country of Netherlands, and soon after that, we were already in Belgium. And you know what? The traffic was also flowing very nicely, at least for the most part. On our road basically from Frankfurt to Antwerp, we drove up, we went closer to the west of Germany, we crossed near Aachen into the Netherlands, and soon after that immediately we're in Belgium, and soon after that in Antwerp. In total on that day we drove around 394 kilometers, and we drove for around 4 hours in total while crossing through 3 countries, Germany, Netherlands and Belgium, totaling us for a total road trip distance of 1,324 kilometers. So welcome to Antwerp. We arrived at the Central. And I just have to say this once again, I filmed it, but I didn't want to say so much right in front of everyone. I didn't want to intrude in people's privacy. But I have to say, amazing modern transport system. It's the same as in the Netherlands. They also have a very simplistic and modern transport system, way to pay. You know, no need to buy a old-fashioned card, no need to get an app. I mean, you can get an app if you want to. You just take your card and you pay. Just pay, contactless. It's very easy. I mean, I still have to figure out how it really works. How you see your ticket, because that's something I didn't get yet in the rush. How you get the ticket, or how you see that you have a ticket if someone wants to see it. You know, I'll inform myself, but supposedly what the locals said, that's how it works. And I mean, how much easier can it get? Props, Belgium already, very good. Starbucks, or Lord and Savior of coffee. So I'm fueled up by coffee, and I'm fueled up by this amazing ambiente here. Ambiente, do you say ambience, right? That's the English word. So have a look at this. Welcome to the Grote Markt, and again forgot the city. Sorry, Antwerp. And here a big cathedral as well. Very nice. Also these classic buildings. They remind me a bit of the north, I have to say. They remind me a bit of like what you see in Denmark and Sweden. No, not Sweden, Netherlands. Which makes sense because Netherlands is very close by. So here you go. Very nice place. A lot of buzzing, not busy, well busy as well. Busy and buzzing streets. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice place here. Especially these buildings here, which I don't know if this is connected to this, which is the city hall. But this reminds me a lot of how it looks in Brussels. The buildings at the main square. I don't know if it's also called Grote Markt, I think. Maybe Grote Markt means main square. That could actually be. Maybe it doesn't have to do anything with market. But look at that building. Isn't that a beautiful city hall? Wow, very nice. Nice architecture. Even have the cathedral lurking there. Very nice. Look at that. Look at that fountain. That city hall. This is a nice place, man. Very nice. Very nice. Gotta say, Ben, this place here is definitely one of the big wow moments of this trip so far, of my Europe road trip. This really nice place. That really wowed me when I first went there. So that's one of the big highlights, I'd say. So here we are. What you're seeing right behind me is actually, what's the word, an arm, a little channel from the Atlantic. So this is our first glimpse of the road trip at the Atlantic. So yes, I don't know if you officially could say it's the Atlantic, but I'm counting it. I mean, anyway, even if you don't count this, in 2 days we will actually drive towards Calais in France, and then we'll drive along the coast of the Atlantic, and then we're 100% seeing the Atlantic. So yeah, that shows how much we've traveled. We traveled from all the way of mid-Europe up into the north to the Atlantic coast. So obviously, when you're in the Netherlands, probably offended someone there. When you're in Belgium, you gotta eat Greece. Greece, what the fuck? My English is everywhere today. Everywhere and nowhere. You gotta eat Greek, right? I completely fucked the joke up, I'm sorry. Well, obviously, the message that I wanted to portray is just eat what you like, right? You don't need to eat Belgian just because you're in Belgium, but you know, Greek is also very good food. The Greek really know how to cook. So, I just wanted to show you this because this is a very famous statue here at the cathedral. I don't know what it exactly is. Wait, no, I don't know. It's about a story. It's from a book. The story is from a book where a boy and a dog, and I can't remember the name. I'll walk towards it so I can tell you. Where a boy and a dog, they live in the story here in the city in this church, and they always go into the cathedral to look at the paintings of Rubens. And the boy always visits the church, and then something bad happens, and because of that the boy and the dog sadly die in the church. It sounds actually quite sad, but it's supposed to be very emotional, very, well, sad, yes, ending, but very emotional ending that tells you about how important friendship is and how amazing everlasting friendship is. And now I can tell you, the boy is called Nello and the dog's called Patrash. And this is supposedly a very famous story because you can find it on magnets, and you can find it, well, they literally made a statue for it. I mean, it's a very cool statue. Look at it. Do you want to see how hard it is to pay in Belgian public transport? That's it. Done fine.
Tagfalter oder Nachtfalter? Das ist ein Tagfalter. Ja.
Now welcome to the Museum of the Beautiful Arts, as it's called. It's something to do with the old history with the emperor. I think they had an emperor here. I'm not sure. I think whole Europe had an emperor at some point. But yeah, a very, very nice building. At first I actually thought it's the opera. Could be an opera, if you're honest. Could be an opera, a classic opera in Austria. But no, it's a museum. It's like a museum, especially as an Austrian. I can say that literally could be somewhere here in Vienna. It literally could stand in Vienna as well, and I wouldn't bat an eye. So, very nice building. So this actually reminds me a little bit of Frankfurt. You have new architecture, and the opera station also quite modern and nice. And then right next to it is the actual opera. Very nice historic building. It's like literally next to the building. It's very interesting that they literally built a new building, which is, I don't think it's supposed to be part of the opera, because there's a Mediamarkt in there, which soon will be Chinese. I won't comment on that. But yeah, modern building right next to the opera. Very nice. Also very classic European style old historic building, gotta say. Very nice. Interesting statue. Oh, you can go over there. And here you go, the port of Antwerp. With the port, the real port, and the industrial port in the background. A few dark clouds, but that's fine. So welcome to the Castle Steen, I think it's called. It's a nice little castle, as you can see. That's just here at the harbor of Antwerp. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what it is, guys, with the city. To the real talk here. on the side. Whenever I try to say Antwerpen, either I say Amsterdam or I say Augsburg. That's the weirdest one. Why the hell Augsburg? Or whatever. But we're gonna go now and have a look at this very nice, cool castle. And have a look at it. It looks very cool. We'll have a look at it, see how it looks inside. Maybe get a nice view on the bay as well from it. Oh, daar komt een historische deel. Welcome to the Grand Central Station of Antwerpen. So, very big station, has 4 levels, and finally, I was a teeny bit at first, a little bit disappointed when I went in from the metro, because it looked a bit more modern, although it's still really cool, but it looked normal, you know, normal train station, like I know it from Hamburg, for example. It really reminded me of Hamburg. But now that I'm here in front of the main gate, that's the kind of building structure, historic building structure that I wanted to see. It's as epic and cool as not in London, in New York, with the old historic central station. So all I'd say, this one design-wise is nicer, decorated. So this, here you go, central station, the gate, the opening, the entrance, that's the word, to the central station in Antwerpen. So welcome officially now to the port of Antwerpen. Yes, I finally memorized the city name, not fucking it up the whole time. We're right now here at the port. It's a very industrial port. It's not like the type of you know, very touristy port with a lot of yachts and everything. It's really, as you can tell, very business-like, right? Should I be filming like this while I'm walking across the street? Probably not, but I'm looking. Trust me, guys, don't flame me in the comments. I'm responsible. And this house that you see, this very, what's the word, poignant, is that the right word? The house that stands out here is the famous Havenhuis, so you could say port house, which basically is the center, where the center organization for all the port activity in, I think, in Netherlands and Belgium is done. And everything goes from there. So they organize where every ship moves, how they move, when they move. And it's all done in here. And the idea was they used this old original firehouse, which is a fire brigade house back then. And then they put this like glass structure on top that's supposed to mimic a ship. And you can kind of tell here with the cement base here, it's really supposed to mimic a ship coming out like a big cruise ship. I think that's a very cool detail. I think that's very nice and I like it. So now you also get a little view of the city of Antwerp in the background with the port. We'll probably go to one more famous building. I don't see it from here, but it shouldn't be that far away. I don't know how it's called, but it's also a very cool looking, a lot more modern building. Although this is kind of like a mix of both worlds, you could say. But I'd say it's more old school with just a very funky, cool, modern touch. But we'll go to a building that's a lot more modern, but I don't remember exactly what's its purpose on the port. It has a purpose, I know. But we'll definitely go there as well. But for now, enjoy the views of Antwerpen's port. So we are walking up here on this mysterious building. I don't know if I showed you already. Yes, I think I did. And I concluded that I don't know what it is. And I still don't know. And this is my last day today in Antwerp. So I was like, this is literally outside of my hotel. And I know every building, I mean, speaking hyperbole now, in Antwerpen now. And I don't know the one right in front of my hotel. So I want to figure out what it is. So we're trying to do that now. My newest theory, maybe university. Let's see.